Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Spill the Beans. I'm your host, Dean's Beans, and my first guest is my good friend and good TikToker, Fluffy Duffy. Hello, Fluffy Duffy.
Hello.
Did you notice there? I almost said, as always, I'm joined by Fluffy Duffy, and I had to really change the sentence halfway through because sadly, you're not always going to join me on this.
No, well, yeah, sadly for you.
I offered, but this show just doesn't have the budget for a big TikToker like Harlan every week. So I managed to secure him for the pilot, and here we are.
$3,000. This is what it's costing him.
Yeah, worth every penny.
So
Spill the Beans is a new thing I'm starting where I'll just go through whatever the current superhero show is week by week and talk about that week's episode. Obviously, the new show at the moment is She-Hulk. Big She-Hulk spoilers for episode 1, if you haven't seen it yet. And we're here to discuss all things to do with that. So, Harlan, spill the beans. What did you think? That was good. That felt good. I'm going to do that again because that felt good, like having a catchphrase. We should have that on our podcast. Harlan, spill the beans. What did you think of She-Hulk?
Captain America. I got you. You thought I was gonna say it, didn't it?
You can say it.
No, I'm not going to. You say it.
No.
Well, then I'm not gonna say it. How do you like them apples?
Just tell me what
Dean?
you think of She-Hulk.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. It's my favorite Marvel Disney Plus show pilot.
I think so too. I'm thinking back. What ones have been good? Yeah, I reckon.
Because
I agree. Yeah,
WandaVision might rival that, but WandaVision was setting up a lot, but in and of itself, there wasn't a lot of content in the first one.
An individual piece of media.
Right. But this one, I was fully amused the whole time. I feel like it was my inner child, which sounds like I really enjoyed this because I love Hulk when I was a kid. And She-Hulk, I like She-Hulk when I was a kid because there was an Incredible Hulk cartoon back in the 90s or whatever, maybe early 2000s. But She-Hulk was in that too, and so
did you ever watch the show Hulk and the Agents of Smash?
A little bit, 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I really enjoyed this too. I think it was fun. I think it was fresh and it was different, and I enjoyed the comedy. But I hate how they nerfed the Hulk and they've ruined his character. That's a joke, because that's what people are talking about online at the moment, isn't it? And I feel like that's something worth discussing. Is how everyone thinks this show, because it's a comedy, is ruining the Hulk.
Okay, so along with the rest of the general consensus when it comes to the Hulk, I would prefer Hulk to be Hulk and not Bruce Banner Hulk sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But with that said, I'm just gonna make my camera focus a little more. With that said, I do think the show does it the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and it definitely works for the show. This show would be a very different show if he was Big Mad Hulk.
Exactly. It works, and I think how they're able to incorporate, well, we already said spoilers for the show, so spoilers for the show, how jealous he is and how he kind of has a little bit resentment towards her, how considering how she was able to just naturally get it off the bat, and how Bruce Banner's had to work with it for a lot longer to be where he is today, I think is really cool.
Yeah. And also, we will get to this a bit because I want to talk about what you think is going to happen. I don't think this is how the Hulk is going to stay for much longer. I think sooner or later we will get Mad Hulk again.
Me too. I think when that does happen, if it does happen, the payoff is going to be incredible.
Yeah, it'll be good joke, incredible.
Hulk. Yeah.
So what I wanted to talk about, there's a few elements where I think they're clearly setting up something in this show. And the first moment where they're clearly setting something up is with the Sicarian ship.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple options of what I think the message they're trying to send is.
Throw it at me.
First one, the Hulk has a son on Sakaar.
Okay.
that's something that happens, and I think that could be likely.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, because Sakaar kind of had a massive revolution and they overthrew the Grandmaster, maybe they want him to come back and rule them.
Yeah.
Third one, who knows? But I think this is kind of going to lead into World War Hulk one way or the other.
Which would be interesting, but like, I'm like, most of what was in the trailer and the teaser was this episode.
Yes.
We know like some things are going to be
like Abomination and Wong.
Right. But with that said, like, I am really looking forward to see where the story goes. Like, how does Daredevil factor into this? How does, all this stuff, how does what's her name? Titania?
Yeah.
How does she factor into it? Like, I'm looking forward to see, like, is Hulk going to become like somewhat of like a secondary antagonist if he does like go into like full Hulk again?
We don't really know like who the main villain is. We haven't had much of an idea of that. It might be Titania. It might be, I think the Wrecking Crew is likely to show up in this because I've heard stuff about that, and the Wrecking Crew would be interesting, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be Abomination. Abomination seems in this like Zemo was in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
This show, I feel like I've said this every time with the Marvel Disney Plus show, but like it really has me hopeful that it'll be like the best one.
Yeah, because out of all of these, I think She-Hulk makes sense as a TV show because it's a lawyer thing and there's a million lawyer shows, so it should be quite easy to get right.
Right. And I feel like, doing individual cases is going to be interesting. I don't know how much they'll do considering it's only 9 episodes, but even the fact that that's a thing is cool. And it's not like a mini series like Moon Knight. That was only 6 episodes, right?
Most of these are only 6, yeah.
Yeah, and that I hate the 6-episode run because I don't think I've ever had watched a 6-episode run and I'm like, that feels right.
Now, how many was Peacemaker? It was 6 or 8.
I think it was 8.
Okay, yeah, but no, I know. I always think 6 is too little, and I'm happy it's 9 because I think She-Hulk's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm kind of conscious so far. We have talked a lot about the Hulk and a little about the other stuff, but what do you think about Tatiana Maslany as?
She's awesome. I love her as a character.
Yeah.
There are some people that like say the Marvel clips and it feels pretty unnatural, but she felt like that she has just been a character that's existed in this universe forever. I'm doing. When is this coming out? Is it coming out tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, my video yesterday when this is coming out is about like my fun facts with Tatiana.
I didn't bring you here to do any self-promotion.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Oops. And she actually does have like a 10-year background in improv and like comedy.
Yeah.
So I think that really shines through and really works.
Like the fourth wall breaking does add an extra layer to this, and there isn't loads of it, but
there isn't loads of it.
It does add an extra layer to this, to the comedy.
My only complaint with it is that like, people are saying it did feel a little bit rushed, the like origin of it all, how like she was just in a car, but I feel like that's like kind of a complaint, but not really. That's like my one sort of complaint about this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So a few other things I think they're setting up. So just I'm going to throw things at you. If you've got any thoughts, let me know. They're obviously going to do something with Jennifer Walters' blood.
Yes, because that was interesting how they set that up. Like Jennifer Walters' blood is like better somehow.
Like that can turn people into the Hulk.
Mm-hmm. They're probably going to do that with Martin Freeman.
Yo, make him Red Hulk. Yo. Sick as, man. Anyway, Titania. Who knows what's going on there?
Who knows?
Just burst like it's interesting that she just shows up because obviously she wasn't there for She-Hulk, and who knows what direction that's going to go in. And then we've got Wong showing up. Why? Who knows? He's in a court case, isn't he, in the trailer?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
And then and I don't want to talk about Daredevil too much because like it's fun to see him again, but the show's not about him. But I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to see how he factors in.
Yeah, me too. It'll be interesting to see if we get like Matt Murdock and
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I feel like you do have to get Matt Murdock as, She-Hulk's the other lawyer.
Maybe.
You have to get. Yeah. Okay. So what would your one hope for this be, Harlan? Spill the beans.
My one hope.
Spill the beans.
Is that we get Red Hulk by the end.
By the end of the series.
By the end of the series.
Interesting. That'd be cool.
I think that might happen. What's your one hope?
My one hope is, let me have a think, that there's a season 2, that it sets up a season 2.
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking, like, a lot of these shows don't, like, make it feel like an actual TV show, which a lot of these Marvel stuff don't feel like TV shows.
No, not at all. But that's the point.
Yeah. Okay. Something I had a thought while watching it, and I just wanted your opinion on this because I thought it was
that's uncommon for you.
Hey, you're just a humble guest here. Okay?
I got him so good.
You're a humble guest here, so stay in your
lane.
Oh
yeah, sorry, humble.
You're not a co-host. You're a guest.
Sorry.
Did Jennifer Walters kill those people outside the bar?
No. She gets like punched out before she could do anything worth real damage.
Yeah, but she at least throws him around. That guy. She's like a Hulk. Fine.
I think they're fine.
Yeah, just what I was thinking. I enjoyed the scene in the women's bathroom. Don't take that line out of context. But I enjoyed that scene.
You creep. Ew. I enjoyed how Tony built Bruce's hideaway with him.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute because think about the timeline. It was cute to think about how Tony, after arriving home from Endgame, went and built that house with Tony after he was still really mad.
I enjoyed the fleshing out of their friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that was fun. And speaking of the bar, what did you think of the action scene we got here?
I really that was because they could have just made like Jennifer Walters like Hulk's equal.
Yeah. Or like they could have done the thing where they're like, oh, I'm stronger, blah, blah, blah.
Right. But Hulk easily could have taken her out.
Yeah.
He didn't because, they're cousins and they love each other. But like they did it in a good way where they could show that Jennifer Walters can hold her own up against the Hulk. However, like, the Hulk is still the Hulk.
There is a lot of interesting stuff going. I think this show has been very considerate with how it presents its female superheroes, because there's a very interesting thing from Tatiana herself where she talked about how she really doesn't like the phrase a strong female character because that kind of just focuses on the female element of it, and there's a lot more to a character than that. And Evangeline Lilly said something similar recently where she's like in Ant-Man 3 she asked for the Wasp to have more flaws because the way she presented was girl power, let's make this character do nothing wrong and be good at everything, and like that works. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but something like this where you have real and you have flawed characters and they are the center of the show, I think that is more interesting.
Because I feel like Captain Marvel is like the perfect
and like I don't hate Captain Marvel, it's pretty good.
No, but I feel like out of all like the central protagonists, she's like the least loved because she is more or less perfect. And like
I think Miss Marvel did a good job with this as well, of like showing a flawed character and not making number one her race and also her gender, everything about
her.
Okay, where do you think She-Hulk's going to be at this end of the show? Do you think she's going to be a lawyer superhero, or just a lawyer, or not a superhero, or what? Where do you see her arc going?
I feel like I see the arc landing with her being comfortable being She-Hulk, because like in the comics, like at the she is proud of herself and who she is, right? She's not like
yeah. She doesn't.
I'm saying this because it's just stuff I've heard. I've never actually read the comics.
Like they're obviously this stuff changes, but that's kind of the status quo.
Right. And so I see it ending like that. But how she gets to that point, we'll have to wait and see.
That's a good observation. Like the line I thought was interesting where she says, like, after they did the massive flashback, which was a bit jarring for me. If I had one complaint about this episode, it would be how jarring that flashback is, and then you just cut back to
right,
after the entirety of the episode. But she has a line where she was like, "Oh, I had nothing to worry about, and I was right, and Bruce was wrong, and that's all there is to it." And then obviously things do go wrong, and I think that's an interesting way to continue this. But no, yeah, I think that might be just about it. Do you have anything else to share about She-Hulk, apart from the fact we finally got confirmation about Captain America?
Yeah, did you see my theory video on it?
No.
Okay, so if you're at this point, you probably already heard it online, but there's a theory that Captain America is Star-Lord's grandpa.
Because the girl is the same actress.
Because the girl is the same actress of Star-Lord's mom, but it wouldn't make sense if it was a mom, but it was the grandpa.
Yeah,
maybe. And the one hole in it is that there is like an old guy with Star-Lord, but we don't know the situation. That could not be like the biological father, blah 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 blah.
But didn't he lose his virginity on tour in and they said a year? Do we know if that lines up?
They said 1943.
Yeah.
On the tour where he met that woman.
Oh, okay. Well,
so the timeline adds up.
That would be he's half celestial, half America's arse. Okay.
Booyah.
And on that note, thank you for listening.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, next week I'll have a different guest. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Harlan.
You too.
And we've got to go take a week's break now to clear up all the beans that have been spilled everywhere. Is that a good outro? I'm just trialing it here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I didn't hear that.
That's good.
That's a good outro. Got to go clear up all the beans that have been spilled.
Gotta go get them up.
I don't know how I'd clean up beans if they're spilled, because you'd have to scoop them up and then mop.
Oh.
Okay, we have to talk about beans every week as well. That's in the contract. Just like Italian accents are in the contract of our podcast.
Well, that's a different contract. That's for a different project.
Yeah, that's a different project. Yeah. Anyway, see you next week for episode 2, where I will have a different guest.
Bye.
Oh, do you wanna tell us where people can find you actually?
Fluffy Duffy on everything.
Spelled with an IE. His links will be down below.
Yes, Fluffy Duffy IE.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening or watching. Well, watching. You don't listen to this. You watch this. It's not a podcast.
They could have closed their eyes.
They can't. I don't let them. Okay.
Oh.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.